Hello and welcome to the New Age Geeks channel. If you're new here, we're building an inclusive space for people of all walks of life through the power of friendship, magic, and tabletop role-playing games. Tonight we have Forging Fate, the sober D&D campaigns in the Critical Role world of Exandria, following the adventuring party, the Fists of Fate. What is up, Fists?
What's up? Just a quick little reminder for everybody in the chat and viewing this that the New Age Geeks includes more than just us up here on the screen. It relies on all of you wonderful geeks and your participation in this community that we are growing together. If you want to become one of the New Age Geeks, you absolutely can. Just make sure to subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels and join our Discord, where you will find moderated chats, emotes by one of our favorite geeks, Sarah.
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. We love you. And chat rooms with the cast and other members of our growing community. Another little reminder for everybody is that the best way to help us out is with engagement. So we'd greatly appreciate if you'd watch the video all the way through, like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to let these platforms know to share us with everybody else. Beyond that, we have posts going up on Twitter, on Instagram, and TikTok. So if you are on these platforms, please give us a follow for more geeky goodness.
So, I know a lot of us don't like billionaires, and a lot of us don't like specific billionaire, but a lot of us pay him to get Twitch Prime, Amazon Prime, and all that other stuff. For those of you who don't know, if you are paying for Amazon Prime, you get Twitch Prime free. You already have it. It's done. It's there. You just got to activate it, connect your Twitch account, and for free, 1 month, you get a subscription to any channel you choose. Just subscribe with Prime, and you have to go in and resubscribe every month, but it's a small price to pay to not have to pay a price at all. Use that on New Age Geeks. If you find yourself in a charitable mood, you may subscribe on Twitch, YouTube, gift subscriptions to others, cheer using bits, donate via PayPal. We have a merch shop with dozens of choices for you to buy things like a Forging Fates merch. We got Whisper leggings. We got a Clover backpack. We got a Finnick bomber jacket. It's there. Check them out. We also have Patreon for you to subscribe to. And if you wish to become a sponsor for the New Age Geeks, reach out to us directly via our Instagram page to begin those discussions.
That all being said, we are making a push on TikTok to help make some more reels and TikTok. So if there's any moments from any of our shows that you really love, we would appreciate it so much if you could clip it during the show so I can easily take that out and make reels and stuff from it. It's a before TikTok dies. It would be a massive help for us to stop me from having to review hours and hours of footage. So I'd really appreciate it. Also, you can see that we have a sponsor for tonight's show. Yay!
What?
It's crazy. It's the Factor. I'm sure you've seen this ad a million times, but by using our link, which is below, and it'll probably pop up in the chat box at some point, you get 50% off your first month's order. You get 2 free wellness shots for life per order. I mean, I know you know all about Factor, the convenience of not having to cook food for yourself, especially if you're DMing or doing anything, playing and having to eat, because we're launching stream in 5 minutes and you have to sit down and get camera on so we can get things settled, and you have to now shovel food into your mouth while we get ready to play a game. Factor would be great for that. They have keto, low calorie, vegan, vegetarian, protein plus, different menus you can choose from to build whatever order they're going to send you for the week, or however often you decide to do it. There's over 27 plus meal options, 33 add-ons between smoothies, shakes, desserts, and it'll save you money. It's good for you, or better than fast food at least. And you know, Factor, we love them. They're a sponsor, so you are called out. That's the So like I said, click the link in the About Us below, sign up for Factor, you get 50% off your order, and help support the channel. That being said, anything else I'm missing? Okay. Well, with that, we'll dive into tonight's episode of Forging Fates. All right, and we are back. So, picking up where we last left off, the team, having finally made their way into Vasselheim, began to try and get a lay of the land, speaking with Citrin, the leader of the Platinum Guard. Thought I was hearing something. They explained to him that they would appreciate his help in gathering up the different leaders of various temples in Vasselheim. And I'm sorry, I got distracted with something. From there, they began to explore the different areas of Vasselheim and gather arms and armor, new winter outfits, and that's pretty much the majority of that episode. There were some discussions that were had between some of the team, and eventually Finnick caught sight of a member of her former team cult.
An acquaintance of her family's cult. Something like that.
And seeing them with members of the Inquisition, it at least solidified your understanding of maybe some of the Inquisition's motives, as well as causing Fennec to have a panic attack and causing the rest of the fists to snap her out of it and begin to make their way back to the airship in an attempt to avoid any further chance of being recognized. But as those two make their way down the road from you, the team, as you gather up Finnick and begin to make your way back to the airship, what would you like to do?
I am just keeping my head down, gripping onto both Gormrog and Tristan's arms very tightly. Just trying, I'm trying not to make eye contact with anybody. I'm just focused on getting back to the airship.
Okay.
Tristan's probably like solid in terms of just like muscle and like Gormrog being, lean but dense.
Toned.
He's probably sitting there going like, ow, 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 ow. Fuck, ow.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
We keep walking. We're good. We're good. We're good. We got you. It's fine.
I didn't expect that extreme of a reaction so soon.
We knew they were here. We knew that you didn't want to engage with them. We knew that you were going to have to. We knew that you have panic attacks. It's okay.
Gormrog, do you think you could teach me to meditate?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Just like clear my mind and...
Yeah, I gotta do that.
think that would help for sure.
I'll have to modify what I do a bit because reasons. But don't worry about it. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
I got you. Keeping my head on a swivel, anything I notice about the things we're passing, the people we're passing,
Roll a perception
any
check
odd
for me.
looks? Damn. 12.
All right. As looking around, you do see that a lot of the areas that had been kind of had people out in front of for a while, that you see as this team has come through, that a lot of the streets seem to have thinned out a bit. And as they're kind of making their way through the street and time has passed now, you see people starting to slowly return to the streets and commerce picking up once more.
Just trying to keep her safe, guarded, and get her back to the airship.
Okay.
If I see anything coming our way, I'm gonna try and divert away from it.
Right.
Just
all right. Also,
I'll imagine Tristan's just there to strong arm anybody in front of us. Just I'm there to steer.
Okay. How are you guys being stealthy about this? What are you just like kind of pushing through the street at this point?
I don't think we're being very stealthy. Like
I
we're
know
3 people like holding on to each other.
Right.
But I know I'm scouting a little bit ahead, so I'm keeping my eyes out for other people who look like that and who are like wearing the same clothing. So I'll be on guard for that.
All right. Roll a perception check for me, Clover.
Okay.
Thank you.
15 plus perception. 24.
24. Okay.
God damn.
So what I'll say is, as you're kind of making your way through the streets, you begin to notice people turning their attention towards you as you're kind of like not slinking your way, but kind of like moving your way through the streets in a way that isn't necessarily not the least conspicuous, and you notice eyes beginning to shift towards you. You see a few of what you can only gather is like people who are maybe here on pilgrimage in like these heavy woolen robes. You see them moving down the street towards you, and as they see this pile of people coming towards them, you see them all kind of step out of the way, and their eyes kind of are shocked almost at this number one Asimir, a very large elf and a half orc in bright blue robes, which they presumably know the origin of. They watch as this whole group kind of passes by them, and it's just, you see almost this like awed expression across their face as Finnick walks past.
As we pass them, can I try to listen into maybe some chit chat conversations that they're having amongst themselves?
Okay. I'll say you don't even have to re-roll with the 24. As Finnick walks past and you kind of hang back to listen for a moment, you hear them begin to mumber between themselves. I've never seen one like her. That's an Asimar. I didn't think. Oh God. Thank Melora. The city truly is blessed.
Okay. until we get back to the airship before saying anything.
Okay. So as you kind of pick back up, Whisper, what's Whisper doing during this whole kind of track? I think you're muted.
Can't hear you.
Muted. I'm
There you
just
go.
not.
There you are.
Okay, weird. What time of day is it?
Probably getting on around 3-4 p.m. at this point.
Food o'clock.
Oh, I think she's just looking, following the group and just seeing what we're passing.
Roll a perception check for me at disadvantage.
This. 10.
10. Okay. And you're looking for what exactly?
I'm not looking for anything in particular. I've just never been to the city before, so I want to see if there's anything interesting. Probably sniffing out for food.
Okay. As you kind of keep your nose up in the air as you scan around a bit, eventually you catch the scent of like meats being grilled over like an open flame. But a lot of the city is kind of like the smell of wet mud is certainly overbearing in its scent from the and masks up a lot. It's almost surprising to you, having grown up in a city, that this is considered this place that you've heard about most of your life, and it's kind of bummy.
Opulent. Like the city I know.
Yeah. But with that, the five of you kind of begin to make your way back, and eventually are able to return to the skyport with little issue, besides the few off looks.
Danik, how are you feeling? How are you feeling?
A little better. It's just so I thought it was so far behind me, but clearly it's not. You know, this armor is getting a little stuffy. I'm gonna go take it off really quick.
Okay, drink some water.
Oh, will do. And I run down to wherever I was staying. Or like to that one room where I know Gormog was staying, but it's the only like private quarters. And just sort of take off my armor, get into something more comfortable, more like flexible. I get into more comfortable clothing. For lack of words.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go back out and talk or join up with the rest of the group.
What the rest of you doing during this
Talking
time?
like a tunic and breeches? Or are we talking battle dress? Or what are we?
Probably just a simple like burnt orange top with some like black leggings.
Burnt orange. Interesting choice of words. Okay.
But like a burnt sienna. And then just my cloak over top of it.
Because we need more references to fire while you're already breaking out. So did you want to meditate now, or do you want to take a minute to clear your head before you clear your head?
Seems a little
I
redundant.
don't know. I'm just trying to figure out where you're at. I'm worried about you.
I think I'd like to meditate now.
All right, let's find somewhere quiet. I'll lead her downstairs and find a quiet section. Sit down.
Okay.
And I'm gonna sit down facing her. Sit up, but relax yourself. I know it's hot, but roll your shoulders back.
Oh, I felt something pop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll do that. Just take a deep breath. Just let it out. That was not a deep breath.
Sorry, my deep breaths don't make that same guttural noise.
In deep. Just expand your lungs all the way and then force it all out. There you go. Good job. Sit up, shoulders back. Close your eyes if it helps. Imagine a dark room. Quiet, comfortable. Doesn't have to be pitch black, just dim. No harsh light. No torches, just comfortable.
Okay.
Breathe. Good. Imagine on a surface in front of you. Well, I typically go with candle, but maybe that's not a good idea.
I think a candle will be fine.
Okay. The candle.
Okay.
Your breath controls the flame. Breathe in slowly. Count to 3. Breathe out slowly. Count to 4. Breathe normally. With every breath you take in, the candle moves towards you. With every breath you breathe out, the candle moves towards me. The trick is keeping it between us and allowing my breath to do the same. Focus on your body. Where's the tension? Whatever part of your body is tense, tighten it. Squeeze it as tightly as you can. Hold it for 3 seconds, and then let go. Remember to breathe.
For something so simple, I still forget to do it.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of the point of panic attacks. You forget everything about just existing. Being in your space, being in your body becomes impossible because you just know you need to either fight or run. But right now you just need to breathe. You just need to exist. And you're allowed to do that in this space. Just exist. Take a deep breath. Good. Where's the candle? Closer to you or closer to me?
Closer to me.
Breathe. Get rid of the candle. You ever watched incense dance above, smoke dance above incense?
Yeah, I
I
love
mean,
it.
you grew up with clerics and temples and all that other nonsense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've seen incense. At the Cobalt Reserve, we had I don't want to call it a temple. It's a shrine, a space dedicated to the Knowing Mistress. They had incense there, and it helped us meditate. Because you could actually visualize the smoke with your breath. Instead of a candle, which could blow out, and it could burst everything into flames. Let's focus on incense, because it smells nice. It looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not as in danger of burning everything down. The idea is comfort and safety and just existing. Picture an incense stick. Make it safe, right? Put a little bowl under it so it catches all the ashes.
Right.
Just breathe. Wiggle your toes.
I'm sorry?
No, it's silly. It's silly. Wiggle your toes.
Okay.
Rotate your ankle. Flex your calf. Bend your knee. Flex your thigh. Squeeze your butt. Flex your back. Now your shoulders. Your arms. Elbows. Wrists. Fingers. Roll your neck. Take another deep breath. Good. And just sit like this in the quiet for a few minutes. Feel your body. Focus on your breathing. Wherever you feel that tension, pull it really tight. Make it more tight than it already is. And then let it go. And just keep breathing. And it may be boring, but sometimes doing nothing is better for you than doing something all the time.
I was gonna
Distractions
say,
after distraction after distraction. Yeah, it lets you ruminate in your thoughts, but if your thoughts are focused on just existing,
I wouldn't
you can
mind
calm
a
down.
little boring.
Yeah, we've been going through a lot lately.
Since day one that we've met. All of us, we've just been go, 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 go.
I've appreciated this airship just because it gave us time to not for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But 15 minutes, 20 minutes a day. Before bed or after you wake up, during lunch, whenever you need to take it. Just take some time. Feel your body. Breathe. Stop. Do nothing for a few minutes. And then when you're ready, pick up your sword, put on your armor, go fight whatever battles you need to fight.
At this point, it's more than just fear and panic that I'm feeling. There's also just this deep resentment and anger and Rage.
I'm familiar with that feeling.
I've been noticing that feeling grow a lot recently. Like, yeah, I'm still scared, but at this point, I'm sick of running from it.
So what do you want to do?
I want to make things right. I want to make sure that they don't keep doing what they did.
Mm-hmm. So in terms of a secret organization of cultists that have become an Inquisition force in a city full of clerics, what does that look like? Making sure they don't continue to do what they did. What do you hope to do to accomplish that goal?
I mean, there's multiple options. Could
I'm open to them.
try to expose them for what they truly are. Could
Okay.
try to sabotage them so they're unable to go anywhere or do anything. Or cut the head of the organization off.
Begin. Your father?
And mother.
Huh. You could barely look at somebody with the insignia on them.
I know. But I also feel like that fear is also fear of them destroying more villages, more people's lives. It's a fear of what they're going to continue to do.
So you think they deserve a good fist of fate to the face?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a lost child of the Feywild. We have a former royalty druid who is currently battling a primordial entity of death inside of her soul. We have a bestial elf-like creature who is turning into a dragonoid of some kind due to a curse from a god. And we are gonna kill your parents, who are cultist leaders who are raising villages. Not to mention, we also have people from my Sammy and Rainer are still out there. No big deal. No big deal. No big deal. No big. It's fine. It's great. It's wonderful.
Hey.
We got this.
Hey, breathe.
You learn quick. You learn quick. You good. You good.
It's all a lot right now.
Welcome to Exandria. The world is a lot. 30 years ago, Westrun was overtaken by the Emerald Enclave. We saw
Roma
dragons in this.
Conclave?
Yeah, that one. Whatever.
Close enough.
Chroma Conclave, the dragons.
Yeah.
The city was torched. You know, we saw it smoking, and the older people in the city must have had horrific flashbacks. Joe's making D&D notes. Oh yeah, it's those old people in the city. Forgot about them. But now we see dragon riders. We see people who are in harmony with it, with the things that once enslaved and oppressed them. And I'm bringing this up because time changes things. Changes people, changes circumstances, changes the way we interact with things. And for you, that's going to be the way you interact with your parents. Remember that you are not who you used to be. And initially, that feeling of I'm still a child and they are still my parents and I have to do what they tell me to do is going to hit you hard. But that's not the case anymore. Your name is Finnick. Finnick Crisell. You're a member of the Fist of Fate.
Yeah.
You are divinely gifted with magic and battle prowess. You're capable of great things. That has nothing to do with them. And if you decide that they need to be stopped, exposed, beheaded, I'm with you. Like I told you when we were fighting spiders in the city. I'm a pacifist. But that doesn't mean I won't pass a fist through their face.
Hey.
Hashtag callback.
You breathing?
Yeah.
Good. Keep doing that. That's important. Let's go find the others.
Before we leave the room, I pulled Gormrog into a very tight hug.
Oh, ow. You're so strong. Oh my god. I just loosened up. Now you, too tight.
Sorry.
I'll gently hug you back.
Thank you.
Anytime. Anyway, we're good. I didn't leave the room. I'm gonna go look for the others.
Okay, so
Tristan's on his chair right outside the room.
what are you two doing during this?
You go first.
Okay. When I get back to the boat, I go to the kitchen and I pull out a bunch of rosemary and I'm assuming there's some sort of sausage there. And I'm trying to cook the sausage, but with like way too much rosemary. And I throw in some garlic because I think I'm being fancy. But it's just like a sausage with like a pile of rosemary on top of it. And I'm trying to eat it.
Oh God.
As it starts to smoke from the rosemary kind of burning in the pan, you feel it burning into your nose and your eyes start to water. Doesn't doesn't seem like it's going very well. But I mean, at the end of it, you come out with a
I'll eat
sausage.
Yeah.
And Gormrog, that is what you exit to as you see the smoke kind of billowing from the pan. What about you, Clover? What are you doing during this?
Yeah, so Finnick and Gormrog went to go meditate, so Clover was gonna go talk to Tristan, but as soon as Tristan saw her coming, he walked away and he just spent 20 minutes pacing back and forth outside of Gormrog's room. So then Clover turned around to talk to Whisper, but Whisper was gone. So Clover decided she was just gonna sit down next to the cannon and start writing in her journal. Just wait to people again.
Okay. And that catches us up to modern time.
I'm gonna run in and kind of try and salvage whatever Whispers created in terms of fire.
Rosemary.
Like, oh, yup, you did. Uh-huh, yeah, I see that. And was that garlic?
Yeah.
I don't
I thought
think
it would
is
be
anymore.
fancy.
You let me know how that tastes, but I'm gonna take the heat down a bit, because we don't need to set the entire airship on fire. But smoke is generally an indicator that you got too much heat. So either too much kindling or too much heat. So this is a lot of rosemary. I'm gonna scoop some of it out, but we'll keep some in because obviously flavor. Sure, yeah. But we're gonna just make sure nothing gets set on fire, and I'm gonna let you continue to do what you're doing because that's the best way to learn.
Are we staying here the rest of the night, or are we going back into the city?
Oh, I went to go find Clover. I did not follow you.
Oh, I thought you were with us. I honestly don't know. We got Finnick breathing again. And I
Why
think she.
Why did she get like that? Like so
Oh,
solid.
were you not there for that conversation?
I mean, I just don't really understand.
So
I don't really know what to do when that happens.
Oh, well, there's not much you can do, really, other than just helping her figure out where her feet are. Finnick did not have a great upbringing. Her family are some very bad people. They have a tendency to destroy entire villages and burn them to the ground, leaving nobody alive, fairly regularly. And she was subjected to that.
Her family member?
No, I don't think so, but they are associated with her family. That symbol that they were wearing,
Oh, okay.
that is the cult that Finnick's parents lead. And they hurt people.
Yeah.
And they control people, and they manipulate people, and they say it's for one thing, but it's not. And it's mostly just for personal gain and power and corruption. And they've become inquisitors now, I think. I don't know if that's entirely the truth, but no, they were very horrible to her.
Yeah.
And when she sees reminders of that, she starts to panic. She gets scared. She gets angry, and she doesn't know what to do with that.
Get angry, but maybe not freeze, but maybe use that anger, like Tristan does, right? He gets angry and he blows up. Like,
well, he doesn't blow up, but you're right. He does use that anger. He learned that from my family. and I don't entirely love that either. But yeah, rage can be a tool if you use it right. Finnick is very gifted in magic, though, and I don't know that rage is going to help her with that. I know several individuals that once they rage, they can no longer use their magic. But I also know some that when they rage, there is a burst of chaos magic. Although it's not controlled, it just random stuff happens. I saw one dude turn into a ficus.
I'm getting angry?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, he entered his rage and all of a sudden he's a potted plant.
Could that happen to anyone or just...
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a specific thing with certain barbarians, but
Okay.
there are some
Turn into a ficus.
that are like storm energy. There's some that are like just primal fury. There are some that are devoted to gods. But anyway, we're getting off track. The point is, I don't know that rage will help Finnick right now. And she's asked me to help her calm down. So right now I'm just trying to support her however she needs. So that was meditation just now. I think it's going to be killing her parents, honestly, if we're going down the line. But I'm going to let her make that call.
It's important. But
Yeah.
I'll help.
You always do. Speaking of helping, just a little less rosemary. Oh my god.
Okay, Finnick and Clover.
Yeah, is Clover hiding or will
I'm
it
just
be?
sitting like right next to the cannons.
I'm just gonna walk over to Clover and sit down beside her. Hey.
I hope you're doing a little better.
Well, yeah, a little bit. It's gonna take a little more of that meditation, I feel like.
So you probably don't even remember this because you were in the depths of a panic attack, but I had offered you my cloak of protection, but I have been thinking about it, and that seems a little complicated since we're in the cold. So if you just want to borrow my ring while we're in Vasselheim, it has some magic in it that just gives you an extra little layer of protection. And I think you could use it more than I could right now.
I would greatly appreciate that.
And Clover will take off her ring of protection and pass it to Finnick.
Okay.
Maybe I'll have to find one of my own.
Yeah, they're very helpful. I feel like a lot more confident when I'm in a fight with one of these.
I mean, you're already pretty awesome in terms of combat.
Thanks. When I was in school, I wasn't really allowed in, well, not allowed, but I wasn't really welcome in any of the social clubs. So I took a lot of, like, more melee athletic kind of things, like fighting, fencing, archery, where it was just
Fencing?
me. Yeah, it's my rapier. That's why I fight the way I do. Fencing was cool because I got to wear a helmet, so no one really saw my face and could make fun of me. But yeah, so I have had a lot of training, but I want to get better at it. I want to be as good as you and Tristan.
Well, you're a lot more nimble and quick. And right now I feel like Tristan and I are mainly focused on strength-based combat.
Make such a good team.
Sorry, you cut out a little bit for me.
That's why we make such a good team.
Yeah. Honestly, with all of us, where one person lacks, another is extraordinary at it.
I'm actually writing about it, and Clover's gonna pick up her little notebook that Bramble gave her. I'm calling it The Adventures of the Fists of Fate. And right now, in the story that I'm writing, we just made it to the sewers and saw giant spiders.
Oh my gosh. That was... It feels like forever ago, but...
Like a lifetime ago. I don't even think I'm the same person as I was back then.
I know I'm definitely not. But... you grow as time goes on.
So do you just want to relax on the boat tonight, or do you want to get back out there?
Well, I know we really do need to find that blade, or find somebody that can help whisper out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because, you know, in Vasselheim, there's people that deal with, like, souls and all this, a lot more advanced magic than I'm able to do. And I feel like they really could help her.
Do you want to go find them and talk about what to do next?
Yeah, I mean, if we all want to eat a little bit before we go, fill up our stomachs, and then...
That sounds good. I kind of smell some, like, burning herbs. I wonder what they're cooking.
Gormog and I were talking about incense earlier, so maybe he's just burning some incense.
Oh yeah, that sounds right.
I just don't know if it's supposed to smell that ashy.
By the way, just before we get up, I did want to tell you that you just meditated, so maybe I shouldn't. But on our way here, when we were passing through the crowd, we did get a couple of looks. Don't worry, I don't think it was anything too bad. But we did get a couple of looks, and some of the people said that they've never seen anyone like you before. And at first I thought maybe they were saying that in, like, a bad way. But it sounded like they were saying that in a good way, because then they said, "Thank Melora for blessing us." So, I don't know what that means, but maybe you do.
Okay. I mean, off the top of my head, I don't think so. I mean, not many ASMR really have pointed ears.
Maybe you are more special than we know yet.
Do you have any extra, like, headbands or scarves?
You recently got a haircut. What hair are you gonna tie up?
It's not about hiding the hair.
Well, I've been wearing the head wrap that Tristan got for me, so you can wear my bandana if you want.
Yeah. Or maybe Whisper has, like, an extra, like... maybe I can wear the flower crown if I just put a little flower crown on.
We have flower crowns.
Oh gosh. That was... I feel like much simpler times.
Okay, well, Clover's just gonna get up and start walking towards the kitchen area.
I'm gonna get up and follow her.
Okay. As the four of you kind of gathered around together, a lot of the crew is moving in and out. Some of them catching up on sleep from the night and the several days of travel. But as smoke kind of is lingering in the area, a few of them are like shooting Whisper some not so great looks, and you see a few of them begin to open up like portholes on the side of the ship and letting this nice cross breeze come through to help clear out some of the air in the space.
You know, some people treat this as like sort of like a cleansing situation, like cleansing any bad energy. Maybe that's just what's going on. Okay. And
So once the food is done cooking, I'm gonna let her try it. I'm not trying it, but I'm gonna let her try it.
Okay. Alright, let me find a 10. It's terrible.
oh no.
Maybe I shouldn't have added the garlic.
There are definitely some alterations we can make to the recipe next time. You know, less garlic, less rosemary. Maybe we could, you know, come up with some different seasonings.
Rosemary makes things better.
Yes. And there's something to be said for moderation.
Thought, okay.
So, listen, like, here, branch of rosemary. Bite it, chew it, eat it.
Is this what Clover eats?
No. No, but this is what's ground up and, you know, put into the food, right? But if you eat this whole branch, it's a powerful flavor.
Yeah.
It's going to overpower the food.
Mm-hmm.
You basically put the equivalent of 3 of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. You're not going
Yeah.
to taste the meat if you have that much rosemary.
Yeah. It doesn't taste very good.
Right. But now, and I'm going to crumble one up and, like, you know, sprinkle it on the food. Try that.
Better.
Right. You get the flavor of the meat and a little enhancement from the rosemary. It's not about taking over, it's about making
More
things work
isn't
together.
always better.
Right. Like,
Okay.
more of Tristan doesn't always end up working out so well because he's not so good with the words. But, like, if you balance Tristan with Gormrog, Gormrog's got the words, Tristan's got the muscle, we work well as a team. But then if you add other things, like, and I'm going to point to Finnick and Clover, you know.
If you balance
Garlic.
it on your back, now you have a floating arrow.
Yeah. Chaos magic, dexterity and accuracy. And then I'm going to point to you and an absolute firecracker. You get the Fist of Fate. It's a pretty badass team. So you just got to learn what seasonings work with what foods and in what amounts. A little salt and pepper can go a long way. But there's plenty of other things to try out. Keep going. You're doing great.
So,
Whisper was cooking.
Did you make anything vegetarian?
Give a sprig of rosemary your way.
You know, I actually know what to do with this. Sorry, Clover's gonna jump into the cooking scene real quick. If you take a pan, do we have any oils or lards, butters?
yeah, there's
Yep.
a case of butter of lard that kind of sits by the counter.
Anything you need, we got it.
Get the pan real hot. Put the lard in there, just nice little half-inch of lard. Get that nice and hot, and just toss entire sprigs of rosemary on top and let it fry. And now you've got crispy rosemary, and it's delicious.
Anyways, as the four of you gather together,
Joe hates us so much. I'm trying to tell a fantasy story, guys.
It's fine. We're cooking as a family, okay?
we had
This is character
therapy
bonding.
and now a cooking class.
Yes.
Some
Do you
later we're
expect
doing
anything
cooking.
less?
Welcome to Forging Fates, everyone.
And later, Wii Sports.
Okay, so as the four of you gather together and go about your various little tasks, is there anything anyone to do specifically for the rest of the day? Oh, that was a yawn.
Yawning.
Sorry. It's late here on the East Coast.
Are we going back to the city?
I should be okay to go back. I still have plenty of calming spells if things get too out of hand. And
Is
I
there
will
something
remember to
specific?
breathe.
Good. That is important. You do need to do that. Is there something specific we need to do in the city? Urgently?
I mean, if we can get any information on the life blade, or we could try and find someone who can see if we can separate the blade from Whisper's soul without
Yeah.
any detrimental effect.
If only there was somebody who knew anything about that. Who would we even ask about that?
We can eavesdrop at popular places.
I feel like that's a great way to hear about things happening. I don't know that that's going to help us learn about the blade of life and death.
We can ask about rumors.
Honestly,
Or
why
we
not?
can walk around until I start vibrating.
That's true.
Huh?
I like the idea of going somewhere and listening in and asking around.
Can we go back for a second? You walk around till you what?
And start vibrating.
Is that a thing that happens?
Yeah, I can sense elemental energy stuff.
I don't think I knew that.
I can't remember if Finnick did or not. But
I think I said it yesterday or earlier today, but we've been distracted.
yeah,
there's been
you're
a lot
kind of
going
like
on.
a blade compass.
I have so
let's
many
go.
concerns. Okay, lead the
Add
way.
them to the list. Gormog, add them to the list.
List is getting long.
Do you need more paper?
I'm good. Thank you. Just lead the way.
Okay.
All right.
So, as you all now depart the ship, you spent some time there.
Is Tristan coming? Or is he staying with the ship?
He's gonna stay with the ship for. He makes up some thing. He needs a minute. I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta do a thing.
Yeah, he's got a thing to do.
I'll be here.
Tristan was going to go, but then he saw that I was going, so then he decided not to go.
Okay.
As you all begin to depart the ship, you do see that the sun is beginning to kind of like crest on the horizon, and it kind of basks the city in this like orange evening glow as lamps and torches are being lit across the city. The winter air of this northern city is sharp, but as you walk down the street, there's so many torches kind of lined the street that you feel this faint heat the entire time you're in the street, and it kind of helps offset a little bit of that biting cold of the evening. Whisper, are you going to try and focus on the vibrations or what?
Immediately.
Not
No,
immediately?
I just, yeah. Is it cutting off my voice when I talk?
I think you
I
may
think
have
the
to,
first word.
yeah, I think you may have a clip guard that's that cuts off your first word.
Haven't changed anything.
I know. That
okay.
does that shit to me sometimes too.
Yeah. Not immediately. No, I just want to explore, but I remember that could happen. So
Okay. Roll a perception check for me.
Guidance.
I would say you don't know when this is happening, so you're not going to be able to give guidance.
Damn. Okay.
16. Yeah.
Okay. So, as you kind of begin to make your way through the city, you start out in the Quad Roads area, that being where your airship kind of has a dock towards the center of the city. You can head in any direction you'd like. You already kind of have some idea of the layout of the city. The north, there's the Silver Talon's Reach. The west is the Braving Grounds, as well as Serenrace Temple. The Quad Roads is where you spent most of the day today already, as far as like the shopping was concerned, as well as the different bazaars and things that you've seen so far. You also are aware of the Abundant Terrace, which is more of like the farm area and the area dedicated to Melora, where there are gardens and things as such. And then there's the Dusk Meadow towards the south with the Amaranth and Cubulet.
Liette?
Yep.
Okay. This is where your vibrations are pulling us? Or is this just wandering?
Were we gonna listen or find out rumors too? Because I feel like it's a really big city, and just waiting for vibrations might not be the move.
Honestly, I don't know. And I'll just follow your lead on this one.
I'm just gonna try and lead the group to where I saw the blade located, like towards the center of all these temples.
You're already kind of in that area, and also that vision was less like a specific point on a map. It was just like showing you the city almost as a whole.
So instead of being dead center of the city, it's more like somewhere in this city.
Right.
Where would people hang out right now?
Do we see any hangout spots?
Yep. Give me one sec. Get my notes.
Sorry.
Okay. The closest spot you see is the Golden Griffin Inn. You see kind of the sign sitting out hanging out across the street of this, griffin symbol that's kind of just like arched back on its legs. But that would be the closest place you see. But Finnick, you are aware of 2 other places that would be throughout the city. One in the Braving Grounds and one in the Abundant Terrace.
Okay, I will make that known.
One is the Moonlight Rose, and the other is the Silver Stag. Silver Stag being in the Braving Grounds, and the Moonlit Rose is in the Abundant Terrace.
Okay, yeah, I'll relay all that information to the group.
We go to the closest one?
Might as well.
That's to me.
Okay. As itchy nose. Okay, so as you kind of begin to make your way over towards the Golden Griffin, as you enter in, there's bards kind of towards the rear that are filling the air with this light, jovial kind of festive music. There's staff kind of moving their way through the tables, and there is the smells of food and meats and some heavy stew. You get the smell of, Clover, you especially with your strong nose. You can almost smell this meaty stew being cooked in the back. There are people kind of bouncing around between each other as the music is filling the space. There's a few open tables that you notice, and you notice this older halfling woman, not necessarily elderly, but she has some grays kind of streaking through her brown hair, as she's standing on like this heightened shelf behind the countertop as she is serving food, and would you get the sense of the smell, some like herbal teas and some like spiced herbal drinks that for this colder weather. You get the sense a lot of heated drinks for this space. But as you enter in, there's spaces for you to sit if you care to do so. It's up to you guys.
Do we want to split up 2 and 2 and see if either group gets anything, or do we want to specifically ask or listen?
Can do whatever
I
you need.
I mean,
What are we asking?
Well, I thought we might want to ask. Someone brought up asking rumors about the blade or anything like that, or listening in.
I think a divide and conquer method might be good, because Finnick, you can listen to people's thoughts, can't you?
I can.
And
Yeah.
Clover, you're really good at listening to what people are talking about.
Yeah, I could also just ask too.
I mean, there's that, yeah. I don't know if there's hushed conversations going on, but yeah, I feel like
do the people in this place all look like the normal? Well, I don't know what normal means, but like the typical people of Vasselheim, or do they look more like tourists and people?
So, as you kind of look around, you notice half of the room kind of seems like people that may not necessarily be from the area. They're dressed up a little warmer, and they're dressed in similar garbs. Is like each group seems to be dressed in like a similar garb. And then there's a good quarter of the patrons that are like these they look like they have like scars across their face. They're a little more heavily armed and armored. They're a little more rambunctious than the other patrons. And they're kind of just that whole crew is kind of off in one corner, just keeping amongst themselves.
Is there a particular race that's more common? Like, are they mostly like elves? Like
It's
a good mix. Like,
it's a pretty good mix.
okay,
If anything, there'd be more humans just in the space,
humans.
but it's not like it's mostly humans. It's just
Got it.
all right.
Well, how do we want to split up?
I see a bunch of guys over there with scars on their face, and I think that might be a good place for me to listen into.
I want to go there too.
Okay.
Okay.
I am going to disguise self on myself to make myself look like my sister Sage, who
Okay.
basically looks like me but an actual halfling. So
Gotcha.
she's just like me but no fur.
All right. Well, as you cast disguise self on you,
I'm gonna hide in between Gormrog and Finnick while I do that. Their large bodies should.
sure. Roll a sleight of hand check for me.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Plus. Oh, that's not my page. Sleight of hand is +7, so 24. 24.
Okay. As we handle that, we're gonna jump to our break because it is 10:30. So we're gonna jump to our break. Just a reminder, this stream is being sponsored by Factor. You get 50% off your first box, as well as 2 free wellness shots for life on every order. The link is in the description below, as well as being posted in the chat. So, sign up for Factor, help the channel out. We'll be back. See you soon. And we're back. What's up, everybody? We're back. Picking up where we last left off. Clover, having now disguised yourself as essentially a halfling version of yourself.
Yeah, my sister Sage, who is a halfling.
Whisper and Clover begin to make your way over towards the group in the rear of the inn, as they are the loudest and rowdiest bunch there is in the space.
Clover, what's the plan?
Yeah, so do you want to, like, talk to them and get in their circle, or do you just want to, like, stand next to them and listen in?
Both. I think we should start by listening and seeing if we hear anything to jump in.
Okay. I'll follow your lead.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll walk over there. Do you want to get some, like, warm cider so that we have something in our hands while we're standing there?
I don't have my cloak yet, right? Like,
Correct.
nothing. Yeah.
You
'Cause it
have
was, like, rush order.
you have my old cloak.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it's still the same day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm probably, yeah. Yeah, I think a warm drink sounds good.
Okay.
Beverage.
All right. Kind of make your way up towards the countertop. The older. Too many tabs. The
Too many tabs.
older halfling woman, kind of her attention turns towards the pair of you as you approach. And she looks at the pair of you. Her face kind of smiles. What can I get for you, the pair of you?
Hi. Do you have any warm apple cider?
Of course. Just the one, or did you want two?
2 of them.
Very well. Anything I can get you to eat?
Clover looks at Whisper.
What do you got?
Oh, you've got
Got
it
any
all.
sticks?
Any what? Meat sticks?
Mhm.
Well, we have some dried meat sticks, though. We did have some fresh elk brought in this morning that we're making a stew out of, if you'd like.
Yes. I'll be
Two-
over there.
All right, two elk stews then.
No, do you have any large potatoes?
Well, of course we have potatoes.
Can you bake me a potato with a lot of salt and butter on it?
Very well.
And maybe, like, if you have a little bit of honey, just some of that too.
I'm not sure we have quite a bit of honey, though. I'll certainly take a look.
It's okay. I have some in my backpack.
Oh, very well, dear.
Okay. No, so we'll wait for our drinks and then walk over.
They're quickly served, in these like ceramic mugs that are just got steam coming off the top, and she pours a little bit of cinnamon across the top of it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So I'll take my mug and then just go stand within just a couple feet of that crew and just start making boring chit chat with Whisper. This
Okay.
music's pretty good. That kind of thing.
Um, as you get a little closer, you see there's probably like 5 or 6 of them that are actively talking to each other. Um, the one kind of the one that has the scars kind of across his face seems to be kind of recounting some story about uh, a hydra that they recently had to take down in the forest outside of the city. Um, and he's kind of like going off on these detailed tale of how he was able to take off a few of its heads before eventually taking it out totally.
You said it was a Hydra. What did you say he was?
He describes what you gather to be a hydra.
Hydra, okay. Does that sound like something we're interested in?
I mean, they sound tough. I don't know what a Hydra is. I didn't think this far, but I don't know how to ask about. I mean, it's probably a really cool sword, right? So maybe we can ask.
As you're having this conversation, Whisper, you feel a hand kind of smack against your upper back. Don't know what a hydra is, do you?
I've never heard of something like that, but
it's got a bunch of heads. And you see the guy who's telling the story overheard you at some point. Listen, could tell like overheard you talking about him, and he's very happy to come tell you his story.
Wow, that's so impressive. I would love to listen to you talk some more.
Oh, name's Kaylin. What's your names?
I'm Whisper.
Hello, Whisper. Never heard of a hydra. Where are you from, dear?
What is this person?
From far away. Western.
Western. I don't think I've spent much time out there. As you kind of look at him now, he is a half orc. These like really piercing green eyes, heavy scars across the left side of his face. But I mean, it seems to be smiling and enjoying the conversation at least. As he.
So, what do how do you kill something like that?
Well, me and my the rest of my team here, we used some arrows, an axe, and well, I used this, and he kind of grabs the sword that kind of sits at his side and holds it up, and he pulls out a bit of the blade, and you see it glistening against the lights in the inn.
Wow, that is a beautiful blade.
Been in my family for years. What's your name? I don't think I quite caught it.
Yeah, my name is Honey.
Honey, oh, that's a interesting name. I'm like I said, I'm Kaylin.
Kaylin.
That's Lyra. That's Silas, and starts pointing out the other people there, and that's Elena. Oh, and that's Garrick there, the little one. You see this dwarf kind of is just, his head is just completely shaved, and his beard just kind of wraps up around the top of his head in this little bow. You gather he may have lost a bet or something in the last few hours. But he kind of raises up a big meaty paw and says, "Hi."
You all look like fighters. Are you like a group?
We're with the Slayer's Take. I don't know if you don't look very you don't look like locals. Slayer's Take's the monster hunting guild that kind of takes care of all the beasties out there for, a little bit of change.
There's a monster hunting guild?
Kind of lifts up his sleeve and shows the Slayer's Take emblem emblazoned on his arm.
I didn't hear what Clover said.
It's important. Wow,
I heard it. I heard it. That's all that
wow,
matters.
that sounds so dreamy.
I don't know about dreamy though. It is pretty amazing if we do say so ourselves.
I bet you do.
How does one join the monster hunting guild?
Well, most times you need an introduction, though now that you know me, I'm sure I can get you one if that is something you're interested in. And then you go out on a trial mission, and if you succeed, then you get inducted as a member.
I killed an ogre once all by myself.
No kidding. All by yourself, dear.
Mm-hmm.
Anything bigger than an ogre?
I've killed a lot of things.
No, that's a
Oh.
good sign. Well, if you're interested, I can certainly make an introduction for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very well. What do you say tomorrow you come by the guild and we'll make introductions?
Oh, okay. Where's the guild?
Oh, it's about 2 blocks east of here. You can't miss it. It's a big thing. There's a sign out front. You'll notice it. Just ask.
Mm-hmm.
Sign me up too. I'm stronger than I look.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
I am.
Oh, I'm not doubting you, dear. I'm not doubting you. What about you, honey? Anything you've killed?
Yes.
Care to elaborate?
No. I can't remember any of them. Just it's been a busy few months for
Yeah.
me.
Oh, I've heard that. I definitely feel that. Sometimes they just line up and it just gets hard to sort one day from the last.
Moon devils, dragons.
Yeah.
Pain devils.
We ate
Lemures.
frog person once.
Oh yeah, we killed an evil frog person and then cooked him. I didn't eat him though because I'm a vegetarian.
Is that a metaphor I'm not picking up, or?
No, we killed a frog person and then we cooked his body and then everyone else ate him but me.
Could this frog person like talk? Was it like a sentient person?
Mhm.
Dragons can talk.
Yeah, but I don't think we're eating dragons.
But you could if you tried.
I want to.
All right. I mean,
Oh no.
I'm not one to judge, I suppose. Anyways,
So you said that sword's
Oh
been in
shit,
your
the real
family
cult?
for generations. That's pretty cool. I love a good family heirloom.
yeah. We call it Bloodbane. It's just, I didn't name it, but I feel like it's a pretty good name.
Wow.
What about the pair of you? Any where are you from, honey? I don't know if we said.
Oh, I was raised as a traveler.
Interesting. Mysterious.
So I don't really have just one place that I come from.
Oh, that's fair. Well, this has
How
been a
about
fun
you?
conversation.
Are you from Vasselheim or are you just
I was
visiting?
gonna ask.
Oh, yeah. I mean, most of my life, I'd say I've been here. Came here from, I'd say down south. I did some time on some of the shipping vessels in the Dragon's Teeth. Then eventually began to make my way up north and found myself here.
What's cool about Vasselheim?
I mean, the weather, it's certainly cool. So that's a cold joke.
You're funny.
I know, I am quite funny. Don't. He doesn't need anyone to make his head any larger.
Oh my god.
Oh, I mean, he doesn't need it, but I want to give it to him.
Well, whatever you want to give him, honey, is something for you to deal with. I don't know if. Oh, never mind. Do you see the
What
woman?
was your name again?
Lyra.
And you guys are family?
You could say so. Yeah, we're family. Come on. Well, I'd hardly call it family, more close associates. I think it's family. Garrett kind of raises his hand. I don't know. I think we're pretty close.
So, there's nothing interesting about Vasselheim? No, like, juicy rumors?
Oh, I don't know.
Or
You didn't ask about juicy
treasure,
rumors.
treasure to find? It's
Plenty of
such an
treasure to
old
find.
city. I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff here.
I need treasure to find. Where? Kind of looks around. What kind of? Let me not incriminate myself here. I know that there is places in the Platinum Dragon's temple that they bring a lot of scary artifacts. Though that was before the Inquisition, so I don't quite know what they do with them now. I don't know if they've taken over control of the any dangerous artifacts.
Kind of dangerous artifacts.
Oh, I'm not pretending like I know more details than that.
Oh.
I just know the things I've heard. A couple of years ago, they brought some big fancy artifact in through the city. There was a big to-do about it. That was before the Inquisition, though, and I know they brought that there to the Platinum Dragon's temple.
What did the Platinum Dragon people do to this big scary artifacts?
I think they just lock them up below the temple and got all these holy wards on it.
And why would the Inquisition care about that?
Well, he kind of looks around again, mentioning the Inquisition. Well, they've kind of made a name for themselves for doing their best to not allow dangerous things to be in the city, let's say. Things that go against the establishment, You know them religious types. No offense. I don't mean if you're
Type.
right.
They allowed me in the city and I'm dangerous.
I can tell just by looking at you.
Oh. Should we be, as newcomers to the city, should we be scared of the Inquisition?
I mean, if I was you, I'd certainly stick away from them. Never trust someone with that sort of view on the world. They're always looking for demons where there are none. Sometimes they make their own just to have a reason.
Cool. All right. Well, Slayers take tomorrow. What time?
Well, give us a bit of time to sleep in, rest up from the day. You should meet us around just afternoon. We'll have some lunch and then meet us. We'll be waiting. I'll introduce you.
After lunch sounds great.
Sounds good. Well, if you want to buy us any more warm cider tonight, we'll be around.
Okay.
Just walk.
Sorry. Hey, he came up to us.
That did happen.
As we're walking away, Clover grabs Whisper's arm. Don't tell Tristan about that. It was what? Nothing.
About what?
Just nothing.
I feel like Whisper doesn't actually even know what you're talking about.
It's not food. Whisper has no idea what's going on.
Oh, I wonder if my baked potato is ready.
Where are you guys? What about you, Gormrog and Finnick? What have you been doing there in this?
I'd be looking around for any kind of board of news, of posts, of current events, job board, bulletin board, whatever they got.
Okay.
Either as a way to find information or find people discussing information.
All right. It's easy enough to find. It's kind of posted up by the door. There's a sheets of paper kind of in this kind of haphazard layout across this corkboard that's by the exit.
Yeah.
Hi, Goblin. Thanks for the follow. There is roll a investigation check for me. That's what I'll have you roll. Because there's a lot on this board.
Hell yeah, look at that. Thank you for that guidance.
Gotcha.
You said investigation?
Yeah.
22.
22. Okay. Well, so what I'll say is, as you kind of scan across this board, there's a few requests for some odd jobs, like cleaning out some sort of pest out of a basement. There is signs about an upcoming festival for the city that seems to be happening actually relatively close to where the date of when you guys are right now. It's only about a day or two off. There are a mixture of people offering up their services to any sort of caravans on their way out of the city. And then there is one sign that kind of sticks out to you. You see on it the symbol of the book that's wrapped in chains. And there is some writing below it that's for information about heretic, contact. Make sure I get this guy's name right. Sorry.
I was catching up with my notes.
Contact Grand Inquisitor Darius Blackwood.
Is that asking for? Is that like a "Hey, rat on people" line?
It yeah, exactly.
So it's not inquiring him about heretics. It's, "Hey, I've got information. You should know about this heretic."
Yes, it's actively asking for people to bring information of heretics to them.
And you said Grand Inquisitor Darius Blackwood?
Yep.
Interesting.
And on that paper, you see the symbol kind of like scribbled onto the paper of this. It looks almost like a curved, curved line built into like this, with like this leaf-like thing below it. Roll a intelligence check for me.
Real intelligence heavy. Do I still have guidance up?
Sure, guidance. Sorry. I just didn't know if I was aware that you were doing this.
I mean, you're standing right next to him, so.
That, or can I help him?
Yeah, you could do, sure.
I'll help. Give you advantage.
Nope, the first one was better. 14.
As you look at it, I mean, it kind of looks like it could be a blade, or it could just be like a moon with a plant, or you're not quite sure what the symbol might be representing.
Yeah, what did that sword look like?
The one we're looking for?
Mm-hmm.
Platinum blade. Somewhere in my fucking notes. Platinum blade with a beautiful handle. That's all the information we got.
Did you you saw the blade, correct?
Yeah, in that vision.
Um,
The only description was platinum blade with a beautiful ornate handle.
I will say that as the handle did have some of the designs on the handle were like leaves and flowers, and it was all kind of in still
Oh.
metallurgy, but it did it was a bit of that style, and there was this wrapped in like this leather handle.
Also, while Gormorg's doing this, can I keep an eye out for like any shady figures or people who seem like they don't belong in here?
Sure, roll a perception check for me.
I gotta.
We have somebody right next to us who's with the Inquisition staring at us.
Who knows? I'm also gonna guidance myself because I can.
Just to finish the thought, I'm gonna take the sign for Darius Blackwood.
Okay. 21.
All right. As you look around and can scan the room once more, it's hard to tell if anyone's like actively being sneaky, because it does seem like there's just, you don't notice anyone sitting by themselves. I'll say that much. Everyone does seem to be in some
No
sort of
hooded
group.
hooded figure in a corner.
Right. There's no hooded figure in a corner. There is people that are scanning the room actively, like looking around, just kind of taking things in, and their eyes do land on you during this process, though you're not really sure if they're like specifically looking at you because they are looking to try and identify you, or they're just kind of like taking in the sights of the room, and they've noticed this two standing up by the door, like examining the thing, like, oh, weird, what are they doing? And just keep moving on. Not sure which is which.
That's fine. I will also do a subtle spell detect thoughts. And just sort of like hop around from like person to person, see if there's any surface thoughts that might pique interest.
Did you get it?
What?
Did you? I was waiting on you to roll something. I don't know why. I'm sorry.
No, with subtle spell,
Right.
it just happens.
Yep.
I just don't need any somatic or verbal components.
Got it. Sorry about that. I was waiting for you to roll something. Okay. As you bounce around the different mines, I will say, at one point, one of the groups does, but for the most part, the conversations are innocuous. There's just random conversations. Oh, the city's so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Different things. Your mind does switch to one group, however, that kind of catches your attention. You hear him kind of like going across in his mind, and it almost sounds a little like you can sense the tension in him as he's thinking this. I don't know how we're gonna find them. I don't the sign. I don't know the signs. I'm not sure. I wonder. Oh, I heard rumors. And you hear him like saying these things out loud, and his mind, they're kind of like echoing each other almost. Didn't someone say that they're by somewhere in
in the place with the thing,
Yeah, and that little place with the thing.
with the people.
All the peoples. They're in the abundant terrace. I've heard that they're hiding somewhere, and you have to see the signs. I don't know.
Am I able to gather anything for like context?
Uh,
Who is this individual? What group is this person? Or what does this person look like?
As you kind of lock on to who they are, you see that they are. It's a group of about four men. Two of them are relatively young. They all appear to be humans or half elves. You're not quite sure because they all kind of have these heavy kind of woolen coats that are kind of up against their necks. But you see the one older one. He's missing like an eyeball. Like the whole right side of his face is kind of heavily destroyed. And you see, as you kind of look at him now, you see that he doesn't seem to have a right arm, or at least not one that you can identify in the way he's carrying himself. You also see that there on the table there's like a small, like pewter almost canister that is seated there on the table. Probably about this big, not this tall. And
Okay.
as they're having this conversation, his hand kind of every few moments his hand kind of reaches out and kind of rests on it, and almost like this, like you could sense the heartbreak in this like subconscious tick that he seems to be having.
Is that an urn?
Could possibly be.
Shit. Okay. I'll just sort of nudge Gorm.
Mhm.
They're talking about something being hidden over there. Rumors and looking for signs.
Can you be a little more specific?
I don't really have any specifics. We might have to go talk to them, or I might have to try and go deeper in their thoughts, but then they'll know that it was me.
Well, glancing over there. How many of them are there at that table?
4.
4 people at the table. How big is the table? Can it hold 2 more?
I mean, it could, but you're gonna have to sit on the ends of the table.
Okay. And do they all have enough to drink?
Well, the 2 younger ones have what just appears to be water in front of them.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter.
The older gentleman that's heavily scarred has nothing in front of him. And the 4th person, who's kind of seated with them, he has a steaming cup in front of him, though he doesn't look necessarily the same as the other 3. Kind of has a little bit rougher appearance about him, and seems to almost be sitting there silently as these 3 engage in conversation.
Which of them is the one missing the arm and the eye?
The older man. Not the one that seems disconnected.
And he's also the same one who's touching the pewter thing? Is there somebody who's walking around as a server, or is it a go up to the counter and ask for stuff type establishment?
You see most people making their way to the counter, though there is an elven gentleman that has been making his way around, kind of cleaning up cups and bringing new drinks to those that ask, as well as food. They're delivering food, which you see Whispering Clover are being brought their food by him at some point during this.
All right. Then, as he passes, I'm gonna grab the elven man. Excuse me.
Yes, what can I do for you?
The table over there. Can I buy them another round of drinks, refill their cups, maybe put some food on their table?
Well, they haven't ordered anything, though I can, and if you have an order you'd like to bring to them, I can certainly accompany that, though they don't seem like they can afford much, so we've kind of just let them be sitting for a while. They seem like they've had a long journey.
I'm gonna put 2 gold in the man's hand and say, just tea, water, hot cider, just around for everybody.
Very well. Any foods? We have an elk soup,
Yeah.
a stew that is freshly made from today.
Yeah, you could put some bowls of stew on the table. Make sure some vegetarian options are available.
I'll see what we have. I'll bring over a batch of bread for you all too.
Yeah, thank you. And as he walks off, I'll go to the table. Excuse me.
You see the one man in like the one that's kind of been disconnected. You see him, his hand move under his cloak, though you can't see what it grabs for. And the scarred man kind of, you see him, his good eye look towards you, and you see. Roll an insight check for me.
Yeah.
Guidance.
Yeah. Gonna need it. Okay. Insight is a +3, so that is a total of 14.
You see in his eye there is like this almost pained expression, though from the injuries that he seems to have, you don't see anything that would suggest that it's a current physical pain. They all seem like.
Are these all human?
The as you got closer, the scarred guy and the 2 younger humans are the 2 younger people are human. The disconnected person, however, appears to be a Goliath, though he's got his hood kind of up covering his head, so you can't see that he is bald, but you do see as you get closer the graying skin and like the facial tattoos.
Mm-hmm. Old friends. I noticed you from across the way. You seem troubled.
What?
I'm one of the Cobalt. I'm one of the Cobalt Soul. My name is Gomrock. I'm also a member of the Fists of Fate. We're adventurers. We go around helping people. I was wondering if I could buy you food and drink and in exchange hear your story.
You trying to steal my work here?
Ain't trying to steal nothing. Just trying to hear your story, friend.
Kind of looks
troubled.
towards the scarred guy and the 2 kids.
Just want to see if I can help.
You see his as the guy, the Goliath, begins to talk. You see the scarred man's attention turn toward him and then look back towards you. He grabs the urn and kind of brings it closer to his body and motions for you to sit down.
This is Finnick. I'm Gormrug. And then I'll nod to the waiter.
As you do that, he kind of brings over all the drinks you've ordered, as well as a loaf of bread that has been sliced a bit, easier to pull apart. A few things of stew, as well as a batch of steamed carrots and potatoes that have been kind of cooked together and diced up.
And did the money I gave you cover it?
All good. Thank you very much.
Okay. Keep the rest if there's any left over. Please, help yourself.
Kind of the children, and now that you're closer, you can tell that the two smaller humans are most certainly children, probably about 14 and maybe 9. They pull in the bowls and begin scarfing down food. You see them dipping the bread and just almost starving, hungrily eating up the food. And you could get the sense it's probably been a long road for them at this point.
It's been a while, yeah. I'll give them a minute to eat and then just... So, where are you coming from? What are your names?
We are from, so what's the name of the desert place?
Tell me, baby, what's your story? Where you come from and where you wanna go this time?
You're talking about Cinder's Peak?
No,
A
Marquette.
different place? Marquette?
Okay. Yeah.
One of the two.
We actually are traveling from Marquette down south. Came here for a little piece to my wife. You see his hand kind of subconsciously press against the top of the urn. My wife asked for her to be spread here.
Condolences.
Say that again?
My condolences.
Well, thank you. What brings you two here?
There's trouble coming from Western. Unfortunately, we need the help of the clerics here.
That sounds a little bit more serious than why I'm here. Wish you good luck at least.
What about you, friend? You seem a little disconnected from the world right now. You've suffered loss recently.
Been a few months now, but it doesn't get easier, I suppose.
Would you tell me about it?
Oh, not much story to tell. Me and my wife were going about our daily things, making our way out, trying to, get food and provide for our family. And unfortunately, something attacked us from the sand, took my arm and did this. Took more from her, though.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
From here. How'd you meet?
Grew up together. Known her most of my life.
We're gesturing to the Goliath.
Just helping make sure we get across the ocean in one piece. Making sure the city doesn't hurt us more than we already are.
I get the feeling that he's not sharing something. Like there's something he's intending to do here that's completely unrelated to scattering his wife's ashes. Can I make an insight check to see if
Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
18.
Okay. I mean, it does, the way he's talking, it is certainly giving off the possibility that he may be trying to skirt around something with it, the way he speaks.
There's a lot of danger in this city.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
It's probably disguised as protection. So I would advise you to be careful going about your business, whatever your business may be.
I am, and you see him kind of look towards you. His eye kind of narrows a little bit. I'm certainly being careful.
Especially around the children.
You see, as you say that, his eye like turns from like curious to like almost defensive as you say
I'm
that.
gonna intentionally just relax a little bit and just nobody deserves to go through what you did. My brother's back where we are staying, and I'm really worried about him. It's good to see you guys together because I've got a loved one who's not here right now, and I'm really distracted by that. Listen, you don't know me, and you'll probably not remember me once you're gone. But I do genuinely care about strangers and would like to help you if there's anything you need. Food and drink, you owe me nothing. You know, I'm just looking to see if I can help you out.
He sits back a little bit in his chair, his eye kind of like scanning you up and down now. Finnick, do you still have your connection with him or no?
Detect thoughts.
It lasts for a minute, but after seeing Gormrog like making those hints, I'm gonna do it again.
Okay. As you kind of dive back into his mind, you hear his thoughts are now racing as he kind of looks at Gormrog. Is he with the Inquisition? Does he know why? Does he suspect us? Does he know why we're here?
I just, while this is happening, I just want to try and give him a reassuring look. I know everyone's a bit on edge with everything going on here, but we do genuinely care, and we want to help with whatever it is.
Roll a persuasion check for me. I'll say at advantage because you both have been kind of like trying to double team this one.
Hit.
Okay. +4 is going to be a 23.
Okay.
I just sort of like reach my hand out on the table, like near him, but I'm not gonna like touch his hand or anything. I'm like, we just want to make sure that everybody is okay. See if we can help.
As you say that, you see him kind of relax, and you hear his mind kind of quiet down a little bit too. You kind of see him look around. You hear in his mind, like, is anyone watching us? Is anyone paying attention? And then he kind of leans closer to the pair of you. Have you heard of someone who could bring back the dead that's supposed to be here?
Clerics?
Pretty high-level clerics, but
I heard someone's doing it just for free.
What do you mean?
Have any other information on who this may be?
Oh, we only just got here, but rumor is that someone's out there just healing people. They say they're not with any of the the church is here.
I'm sure that certain people aren't very fond of that idea.
Well, yeah, that's what I've heard. That's why it's been so hard for us to find this person for the last couple days.
Are there signs we should look out for?
I have no idea. I'm still trying to piece it all together myself. I'm no adventurer.
I'm gonna look at Finnick and I'm. Do you think that this is altruistic? That this person
CC
is
does
doing
not know
this?
the definition of that word.
Do you think this person is doing things out of the goodness of their heart? Oh my god, it's a raid.
What?
Whoa. We just got raided hard.
Holy shit.
Welcome in, everybody.
Welcome in.
Yeah, do you think that they're basically, do you think the people bringing people back is doing this out of the goodness of their heart? Or is this something else?
It's simply that thing where it seems too good to be true.
Yeah, especially in a city devoted to gods, because
Well, and
life and death and
thing is,
control.
resurrection magic is very difficult to grasp, and it doesn't always work. So I really apologize, but asking for more information on this person, and at this point I just want to form a telepathic link with him to sort of help ease that no one else is gonna fucking hear this. Are you able to provide any more details? Because all of this, I will not lie, has my friend and I concerned.
See him like kind of straighten up a little bit as your voice echoes into his head.
I'm sorry.
He kind of swallows hard. I only just begun to hear rumors of this person when we got here. I really did come just to spread her ashes, but apparently someone's able to bring back people in here now.
Oh, you're doing the thing again?
That's I don't. That's all I know. Unfortunately, it's been hard to gather information with worrying about certain people's maybe finding out about whoever this is, and I don't know. I'm sorry. That's all I have right now.
It's okay. I was just wondering if there is any explanation on how they were doing it.
If I find out, I'll tell you. I'm still trying to find. I only just heard that they might be in the Abundant Terrace.
Okay.
Though I don't know where.
And I'm so sorry I didn't catch your name.
My name's Gil.
Yep. I will reach out if we find anything. And Gormog, I say this out loud. If Gil wants to contact us, what would be the best way for him to do so?
I don't know what your magical capabilities are, Gil and friend. I know we are capable of sending messages magically, but if you need to reach us, we have an airship parked in the city.
Airship.
It's yeah, that's what it said. An airship. It's called the Skyward Seraph.
Well, if I
You can
find
leave a
anything,
message for us. Huh?
if I find out anything, I'll head there.
Yeah. The entire crew, anybody aboard, would be able to take a message as long as you tell them it's for the Fists. The Fists of Fate. That's a group.
Okay. Well, I'll make sure to bring that information if I find any.
Thank you, and be safe.
You too. You see his eyes kind of dart around the room once more.
And
And
I'm going to slip 5 gold.
I was gonna
onto
do
the
the
table.
same fucking thing. Just gonna slip him 5 gold.
Beat you to it.
Love it.
I don't care. I'll do it anyway. 10 gold.
Just each of us slip 5 gold.
We're just gonna try and one up each other. It's fine.
I'm gonna hand mine to the Goliath. You can hand yours to Gil.
Yes, I will.
Right,
And a gold for each child.
Yeah, just slides it over as I lean on the table to get up. Just
Yeah.
palming it.
The two boys like grab the gold off the table and like look at it, then look at you. Their eyes just go wide.
And I go,
like, tuck it away.
then I'll get up and follow Grimrug.
Probably gonna find a table at this point.
I would assume
of
Whisper
our
and
own.
Clover have kind of grabbed the table at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys,
then
we got
yeah.
a giant baked potato.
that is
How big
massive. How do they
are we
grow
talking?
potatoes that big?
Like a whole giant baked potato. Clover just holds it up
shit.
with both hands.
This is as big as your head.
Yeah. Do you want some?
Yes, I am hungry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well-
Will you guys get any good information?
We might have a lead.
yeah.
Us
Something
too.
about. Yeah. What'd you get?
Oh,
Uh, I'm gonna join a monster hunting guild, and I think that there's dangerous stuff in the Platinum Dragon's temple, so that would be a place to look.
I'm gonna try out for the guild too, but I don't actually want to join it. I just want to prove to everyone that I could if I wanted to.
I love that for you, Clover.
Thanks.
I mean, I believe you can. I don't have any doubt about that. But like, how did we get onto monster hunting? What?
Sounded
I
fun.
want to talk in I want to make sure that I'm
We-
excited, but my voice isn't echoing all the way across, you know. So we met
joining the monster hunters.
so we met that really cool crew over there, and they're monster hunters, and they were really nice, and I think that one guy's gonna buy me a hot apple cider later. Oh, and they have a really cool blade that's been in their generations for generations.
Damn. That's really cool.
So what about you guys?
I think our stuff is best discussed back on the airship.
Or at least somewhere where people aren't readily able to hear us. In other news, there's going to be a festival in another day or two.
Oh,
A party?
Citywide, yeah. Seems we seem to be catching those pretty regularly everywhere we go.
which is great because we really need that downtime.
Agreed.
I hope this
But I
one has
don't.
fun games.
Sure, they will. There's also jobs available if you're looking for jobs. There's something about basement pests. I don't know, but yeah, the people we met over there going through some hard times, but they gave us some stuff, so that's some good stuff.
Honestly,
Yeah.
basement pests sounds right up our alley. I feel like that's what we're good at.
I feel like we just spent a lot of money that we
Yeah.
should try and make back.
We should make that money back.
Yeah.
hmm
It's over there on the job board by the door.
We
Did
can
you
grab it on our way out.
Okay,
We
that
can
sounds
grab
good.
it on our way out and see if there's anything else that might catch our attention. But I'm absolutely open to doing a quick job to make some extra cash.
While we're all just
Um,
sitting here hanging out, I would like to do one more. I would like to listen into my surroundings just one more time to see if anything new has popped up since last time.
Okay. As you kind of pop your ears up one more time and kind of look around, mostly the conversations have remained relatively innocuous. What I will say is, as you're kind of glancing around, you hear the room go silent, and you hear the bards kind of begin to stop playing as your attention kind of turns towards where everyone begins to look, and you see two individuals kind of standing there, entering in the that dark black high collared outfit with the
Pull up my hood. Oh.
Clover's gonna stare directly into Finnick's eyes and like whisper, "Do you want me to make you invisible?"
I'm sorry, I'm sitting here like, he's right behind me, isn't he? I'm just gonna maintain my posture and just not yet.
Okay.
But you see the two walk in with those black high collared like shirts, the gold piping etched across it. You see one of them is an elven man, a little older. His hair is kind of slicked back tight to his head. His features are sharp, and his nose comes down to like this harsh point. The other is what you gather is just a human, but he's far larger and muscular. You see him enter in with his arms kind of crossed in front of his chest. As the elven kind of looks towards the board, examining it, and you see his finger kind of trace over the space where the sign that you pulled down Gormrog was.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the elf kind of turn his attention back towards the room. You hear the pair of them begin to kind of walk across the floor, their boots kind of echoing each step across the wooden floor.
What's everyone else in the inn doing as they walk in, or is everyone just still staring and being quiet?
Everyone's attention is kind of turned towards this pair, and you see the man you, Gormrog and Finnick were talking to. You see he kind of like pulls his hood up a little bit higher on his shoulders, and trying to like pull the hood across his face. And you see the walk where these two are headed, and it kind of seems like they might be walking in his direction.
I like to try and get to Gil before they can.
I mean, you would definitely be spotted if you stood up
Oh.
and made your way there because it is that quiet now.
I am gonna
It's
stand
that quiet? Okay.
up.
I'm casting Bless on Gormrog. Gormrog, Gil, and his Goliath friend.
I'm gonna stand up and go to the. I assume these are Inquisitors.
They're wearing the uniform that you've identified as.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna go up to them and just to the elf and say, "Sorry, new to town."
As
And
you
I'm gonna
begin to
hand.
even make your way over to them, the human turns around, unfolds his arms, and puts a hand out to stop you.
I've got the paper that I took off the bulletin board in my hand, and I'm outstretching it.
The elf kind of turns his attention towards you, his body moving a little slow. He kind of pivots on his heels as he turns around, kind of tucks his hands behind his back before taking a few steps towards you. Well, that explains where the notification came from. Care to explain why you brought down our sign?
Was curious about it. I was going to take it to somebody and ask about it.
You said you're new here.
Just got into town the other day.
Well, destruction of Inquisition property does result in a fine and time in our holding.
I was unaware of this. It was not intentional to destroy it. I was curious about the ways of things. I apologize.
Takes it from you. Well, as you can see, this has been destroyed, and you see just the edges where it was pinned up have like rips in it now, and it's not destroyed by any means, but there's just like this faintest rip of where you pull it off. How long have you been in our city?
Maybe a day, if that.
And what is your intention of being here? So, what was your name, sir?
Name's Glomrog. I'm from the Cobalt Soul.
I see that.
And I was hoping to find work with any of the clerics if they work with Ayun, the knowing mistress.
Well, you are aware that Ayun is not one of the recognized deities of this city, I'm sure, knowing that you are.
I'm aware of that now, having gotten to the city and asked around.
But you've been with the Cobalt Soul for how long?
I got promoted to expositor earlier this week.
I see. Well,
it's my first assignment. Just
obviously
gathering update. Sorry.
You still have a hand pressed against your chest, by the way.
I'm fighting it.
You see his attention kind of turn, scan across the room. Well, considering this is your first day here, and that, how shall we say, Ayun is at least not the worst deity to follow. I think we can forgive your trespasses for this one day, though consider yourself informed of your crimes, and this will be the only warning that you are given, Gormrog.
Most generous, thank you. I'm sorry, you have me at a disadvantage. What was your
Don't
name?
worry about what my name is. It's not important for you to know.
Very well. Thank you kindly, Inquisitor.
Now, please, if you'd return to your seat, I have other business to attend to.
Thank you. Back up.
You see him kind of pivot on his heels once more. You see him take a deep breath. There's another step towards where Gil is seated. And that is where we're going to call it for the night.
Oh, no. That was a terrible place to end.
Hi, my name is Cliff Hanger.
Anyways, thank you so much for everyone to joining us tonight.
Oh yeah, thanks for the raid, guys.
Thank
Yeah,
you for the
thank
raid.
you.
Yeah, 20 people. That was wild. I will say, everyone, go check out. Jen is online. Or no, raid from Fey Wild and Out. I'm sorry, Fey Wild and Out.
Good name.
That was a great name.
Love it.
Check out Fey Wild and Out. See what they're all about. Sounds like they played some game. What was it called again?
Dad's Rock, a mini series.
Yeah. So
Love
check that
it.
out. That sounds like it's gonna be fun. I'll have to check it out.
That's a road trip.
Also, this Wednesday, Queer and Present Danger, homebrew high fantasy D&D campaign with yours truly and an all-queer cast. Make sure to check it out. Same channel, same start time, 8 p.m. Central Standard.
9 p.m. Eastern.
We also left off on a cliffhanger last session, so come
And
check it out.
tomorrow we have Spell Shots with Jeremy. I forget who he said the guest was.
Boys, they've been on Goodberry before.
Yes. And it'll also be me. I'll be there playing for the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Surprise.
Surprise, Jody.
So you get to see the new character I rolled up for that, which I literally made today with Jeremy.
Hell yeah.
So that'll be fun. That
Tune
is
in
tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. Like to thank Factor for sponsoring our stream. If you want half off your first order, as well as 2 wellness shots free in every order, click our link, which is in the description below, and it will be posted in the YouTube description if you're watching this on YouTube. As well as it is now linked in the chat. We will see you on this show next week. Besides that, that's all I got. Has anyone got anything?
No.
All right. We're going to hop off, go to our break, and then raid someone. So stick around for the raid. Love you, geeks. Good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.